Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Guru Paramparaya Namaha. Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Om Shri Jagannathaya Namaha. Satyanarayan Puja is such a puja. It is Sakama Puja. Satyanarayan Puja is not at all Nishkam Puja. Satyanarayan Puja, why it happened? Now, one Brahmin was very, very poor, very poor. And that Brahmin was fed up with his life and the misery of his life. So, once he was going that I will not be here in different state, I will do something else. Something else means for a Brahmin, it's a worse thing. If, it was our structure of the society. If Brahmin used to take the plow, he will be devoid of the society. ব্রাহ্মণ যদি হাল ধরতো বা কিছু, তাহলে তাকে সমাজচ্যুত করা হতো। Because Brahmin's work was different. আমরা শুধু জানি যে শূদ্ররা এটা করলে তার জন্য শাস্তি হতো, মোটেও নয়। যদি ব্রাহ্মণও তার ব্রাহ্মণোচিত কর্ম ছাড়া অন্য কিছু করত, তারও সাংঘাতিক শাস্তি হতো। So what about the thing that Brahmin did like that? Suddenly he saw one Muslim fakir. He came and told, I understood your problem. You start worshipping me. The Brahmin told, my whole lineage and me from my childhood did the seva of Narayana Shila. And now for my poverty, may I have to worship a different thing? Then that peer appeared as Narayana. And then he came back with a lot of wealth. And afterwards, some businessman and all those things, whenever they were having any problem, they worshipped Satyanarayana and solved their problem. So Satyanarayana's pujas especially is totally sakam. It is not at all nishkam puja first. At the same time, some particular puja is there which can't be sakam, which is absolutely nishkam. Like at some home or in some temple where Nrsimha Sila is there or Nrsimha Murti is there. Nrsimha puja is absolutely nishkam. If you ask something else, that is aparadha. বড় মজার বিষয়। Because Nrsimha puja, there is no such rituals. Because Bhagavan Nrsimha Dev is beyond everything else, beyond time, beyond space, beyond everything. And for a devotee, he is not at all a terrible thing. See, we are afraid of tiger, but think the children of the tiger, they don't fear to their mother or father, isn't it? Likewise, for the devotees, Nrsimha Dev is very compassionate and no need to ask anything else. Just, looking at him or doing puja and he becomes prasanna and he starts petting and pampering. Like you all know the story of Bhagavatam. And the whole world was frightened. At the same time, he was just licking Bhakta Prahlada. So if we become a real devotee, then Nrsimha Dev is the most compassionate one. Clear? So the thing is, the slokas are going on in Vivekachudamani. If you pay attention, that many slokas we studied right now, more than 50. In first half, Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji gave importance in sadhana chatushtaya. And now he is giving the importance in self-effort. And he is asking, or the pattern of the slok is like that how many of us think that the samsara is like a frying pan and they are getting roasted into it. How many of us really think that samsara is like forest fire? So that is Bhagwan Shankaracharya, because when previous sloka, it was there that I am suffering in the samsara, like, it doesn't mean that anyone will torture you or something like that. There is unsuccess. Then only you will feel that you are getting fried. A real Viveki will understand that I am always knocked and trapped by the contradictory situation like Sukha, Dukkha, Sita, Usna. It is affecting me. I'm getting anxious. I'm getting angry. I'm getting too much emotional and attached. That sukshma vichara will make a seeker ready. It doesn't mean that someone has to die in my family, then only I will think, oh my Bhagavan, what a horrible place that samsara is. Or some of my near and dearer will do misbehavior like that, or always unsuccess is like, thrashing me throughout the years. Whatever the work I'm going to do, I'm getting unsuccessful. It's not like that. The mumukshu may be the superior position and he's full with um, wealth, total family is there, and everyone is happy. In that situation also, Can you think of liberation? For them, these slokas, that I am always suffering from my own thing. Nobody is there to give me suffering. My desire is always giving me suffering. In many ways, we think that money is our problem, success is our problem. I have met several successful people, several rich people. Their degree of suffering is absolutely different, which is really ridiculous for us, but it's so serious for them. Really speaking, so small, subtle thing which we never pay attention, they become hard out of that. So that Viveka should be there, that am I really getting tossed? I'm really getting fried with my own desire, my own attachment. For them, this sloka. And that is the symbol of mumukshutva. Clear? That Rinamauchana Kartaraha, yesterday, our sloka was there. Have you, yes. Vedanta always tells about self-effort. That series of slokas is there, that if you are hungry, then anybody can cook you. Even the best food, the most costliest food in the whole world can be brought to you, but your hunger will not be fulfilled by that. You have to eat by your own. Then only your hunger will go. And if you are indebted to something else, and if you are failure to meet up that date, your any near and dear one can meet up that date. But the liberation, you have to try your own. Not that my husband loves me a lot, or my wife loves me a lot, and she will try for me my mukti. See, for any, if desire gives me a problem, then, it's the thing, all the karma yoga will purify my mind. So all karma yoga will reduce my desire level. But knowledge alone will give you the moksha. Not any karma, not any puja, not any vrata, upavas, anything else. So all other sadhanas work on your desire level. They reduce your desire according to your mode of puja, mode of sadhana. Clear? So moksha can be attained with my self-effort only. See, Arjuna and Krishna was the best friend. Then also Arjuna gave knowledge to, Bhagavan gave knowledge to Arjuna. Then Maitreyi and Yagnavalkya, they were the best couple. Yet, and Yajnavalkya was Jnani, but Yajnavalkya never told that I am going to the forest and I will liberate the whole family. When Maitri asked, he told that you have to do Srotavya, Mantavya, Nididhyasitavya. This is the famous quotation of Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Uddhava was another very near and dear one of Bhagavan Krishna. What about the left out clothes of Bhagavan? Uddhava used to wear, and people sometimes, misunderstand him that maybe he is the Krishna. Yet he had to take knowledge from Bhagavan, and that is Uddhava Gita. And if we study Bhagavatam, then we will see being a very near and dear one who is, too much loved by Bhagavan. For them also, the ultimate sorrow did not go. If you study the question of Uddhava, you will find that there was also mental agony for getting liberation. And he had to take knowledge from Bhagavan. That was Uddhava Gita. And Uddalak Muni was the father of Swetaketu in Chandogya Upanishad. That my father is a jnani and liberated and realized one. It doesn't mean that son also will be liberated and realized. For that, self-effort is required. For, bringing someone else into the path of righteousness, some chamatkar can work. And that a few sadhakas apply it for a special purpose. In whole life, if we see Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna's life, only he did it for Narendranath, because he realized that Narendranath is a very good adhar of that spirituality, of this path. But anyhow, some knots and hinges are there. So he touched him and his mentality became changed. And he understood that there is some entity called God, because Narendranath did not believe suddenly by the influence of external thing that there is no God. Only to, turn his mentality and thinking process, Sri Ramakrishna used his occult power. But afterwards, he suggested study Ashtavakra, study these things. And if we see that after demise of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, Swami Vivekananda studied Vedanta thoroughly in Gujarat, in Kailash Ashram, in Rishikesh, in many places. He studied Vedanta, Nyaya, Vyakarana. Okay, because he also understood that without study, it's not possible. Without self-effort, not only study, one thing, I don't know that question came into your mind or not. See, you came here, you ended up in Chinmaya mission. That is your prarabdha. Absolute prarabdha it is. Prarabdha and little bit of self-effort. Because that if a sadhaka dies in between the sadhana by the influence of prarabdha, then he will uh, mm, be born in such a family where the spiritual practices will be conducive to them, or the family may be against of that, but afterwards in a certain stage of his or her life, some mental changes will come which will force them to take the path of righteousness, or to end up in an ashram to a guru. But that is out of prarabdha. But moksha is not the result of prarabdha. Moksha is the result of self-effort. Clear? Uh, Even in bhakti marga, path of devotion, path of duality, that you surrender to God, absolutely you surrender to God in any form, that God will bring guru for you. Even Bhakti Shastra also never claim that Bhagavan will give you mukti or liberation. Clear? I'm just summarize 3-4 slokas in different way. And one of my friends is a doctor, cardiologist. So, but their family is very devoted, but not in the uh, righteous way, or not in the scriptural way. Some blind superstition. So my friend's mother had cancer, and without going to a doctor, without taking a medicine, she started applying the mitti of, Jairambati, Singhavahini, and started having Charanamrit. And the cancer got worse. So there is no question that, oh, what is the use of then that Singhavahini's that dust or Charanamrit if they can't cure the disease or like that. That 53 sloka, Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji told the same thing. Suppose you went to a doctor and doctor has given you the medicine for your disease, and what you did, you put the medicine in your prayer hall on the feet of your deity and started doing worship, the disease will not go. You have to take that medicine. See, 53 sloka, if you see, it's very pathyamaushad sevacha kriyate yena rogina arogya siddhir drishtasya nanya nusthita karmana. Okay. Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji has told the same thing. Now, Vastu Swarupam, it's wonderful. And another question may ask, how long do I do Sravanam? The reply will be with the question. How long will you take the medicine? Until your disease gets cured. Until realization, you have to do continuous Sravanam, 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 Mananam, 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 Nididhyasanam, Nididhyasanam, Nididhyasanam. For a realized soul, there is no niyama. Someone asked Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa that because that person came at the end of Sri Ramakrishna's mortal body, last few years, that why don't you do any japa in the morning, in the evening? I never saw you are doing something else. So he replied that my ashauch is going on. You know, ashauch is, you people know, but I don't know for other community people know or not, that if anyone dies in the family, so 14 days or 12 days or 10 days, we are not allowed to enter into the temple or anything else. We are not allowed to touch even any auspicious thing. Not only that, if anyone is born in the family, then also for 21 days or something, we are not allowed to perform any rituals, anything else. So that person means, who is there in your family that you are having assaults? Now, there is a death of my ignorance. So, mrito asauch is going on. Agyan ki mrityu hua hai. And there is a birth of the self-knowledge, the Shubha asauch. So, there are two sorts of asauch is going on. Mrita asauch and Shubha asauch. That is why I am not allowed to do anything else. What a beautiful answer. But you know, only a realized soul can proclaim this, not the common sadhaka like me can claim that everything is over. I want that will be the symbol or sign of inertia, laziness, tamas. Clear? 55. Avidya kama karmadi pashavandham vimochitum kah shaknuyad vinatmanam kalpakoti satairapi. The first line you can't break because it's a samastapadi shabda. If you break, the meter will be disturbed. Avidya kama karmadi pasavandham vimochitum kashaknuyad vinatmanam kalpakoti shatairapi. In last sloka we saw Vastu Swarupam Sphuta Bodha Chakshusha. Through the eyes of knowledge, self-knowledge, absolute realization. When the knowledge of eyes gets generated within, it's not a physical eye. Don't think that after realization, like Lord Shiva, there will be another eyes, then that eyes will be defective, then you have to go to the eye specialist, that through my third eye, I can read the near things or I can see the far off things. It's very difficult. Jetli ji, there is no specs. So the thing is, this is Bodha Chakshu. Bodha Chakshu. Svenaiva Vedyam Natu Panditena. That will be generated, that will be born not out of your vidvata, how much you have studied, not only other subjects, or not only you have studied Vedantic literature also. Because if you go to any college or universities, the Sanskrit, who are the professor of, specially of Vedanta, because in university, there is no, suppose after master degree or in master also, in VHU, there is division that you are master in Sanskrit Vyakaranam or Sanskrit literature or Vedanta, ancient Sanskrit or modern Sanskrit. There is division. And now in other university, they have some PhD program in Vedanta. So if you go to the Vedantic teacher, there they will quote here and there, but it doesn't mean that your bodha chakshu will be open by your panditya. Your panditya may help you to solve your problem, that, oh, this sort of problem happened. This Shastra, this Upanishad is giving me this solution in this problem. That can be done. But Panditya will not lead you to liberation. So the thing is, in 10th sloka of Bhagavad Gita, it is there, Vimudha Nanu Pashyanti Pashyanti Jnana Chakshusha. मूढ़ जो है, मूढ़ मतलब it's not that illiterate. Mudha means after knowing the truth, who doesn't adopt it, they are the foolish fellow. Who can't fight with their own desire, who are after knowing everything else, who are desire prompted, they are murkha, they are mudha, like Duryodhana. Duryodhana studied Shastras also. If you study Mahabharata, you will find that Duryodhana studied Shastras. That is why he could tell, Janami dharmam nachame pravritti. I know everything else. What is righteousness? But I have no inner inspiration to adopt this. Janami adharmam nachame nivritti. I know what is unrighteous things. But my desire always prompt me to adopt it. That is mudhata. Vimhuda na anupashyati. That sort of mudha vyakti can't have self-knowledge. Jnana chakshushaha pashyanti. Only who are having the eyes of knowledge, means realization, they only can do, they can pashyati, means they can pashyanti, means they can realize. Now here, avidya kama karmadi pashavandham vimochitum. So we have to take it, atmanam vina kalpa koti sataihi api avidya kama karmadi pashavandham kaha vimochitum. Atmanam vina. Here Atma is not Brahman. Please try to understand. Here Atma is not Brahman. It's not Tattvamasi. It's not Ayamatma Brahman. This Atma is reflective pronoun. This Atma is called reflective pronoun. Means self. Ami chhada, without me, without my self effort, kalpa koti sataihi api. Even in 100,000 years, even in billions of years, trillions of years, avidya kama karmadi pashavandham, the bandhan, the bondage of the rope, and the rope is made of avidya, ignorance, kama, desire, karma, and then desire prompted action. That is the main bondage. Kaha vimochitum? Kaha vimochitum shaknuyat? Who becomes successful to liberate himself? Shaknuyat mane samortho hoy. Kaha shaknuyat? কে সমর্থ হয় বিমোচিতুম, মুক্ত করতে? Without self effort, avidya, kama and karma. That Swamiji, not to me, some big Swamis are there, because I am the very negligible one. I'm not even comparable to their feet dust also. The big realized soul, the Swamis are there. Don't think that you will go to them and you will be realized. Without self-effort, atmanam vina, avidya kama karmadi bandhan is not possible. Mochanam is not possible. So our objective of studying Vivekachudamani, Ishavasya Upanishad, Kaivalya Upanishad, Tattva Bodha, Atma Bodha is not spiritual time pass. What are you doing? Passing time pass. You no need to pass the time. Time will automatically will be passed. समय ऐसा ही है. It's like the flowing river. People say ना भाई टाइम पास करो একটু. টাইমকে পাস করতে হবে না, টাইম নিজে নিজেই পাস হয়ে যাবে. Just close your eyes and think how we came to that proudatha, old age. We could not understand. The fellow could run 1,000 meters, can walk 100 meters. The fellow could, lift up few hundred kilograms, but now he has no power to lift one glass of water. How it happens? Time is actually gulping us. I told you one thing, that we are আমরা গাছ লাগাচ্ছি, পরিচর্যা করছি না, গাছপালা আমাদেরকে পরিচর্যা করছে. গাছপালা আমাদেরকে অক্সিজেন দিচ্ছে, খাবার দিচ্ছে, ফল দিচ্ছে, যাতে আমরা ঠিকঠাক থাকি. গাছপালা যাতে তাদের খাদ্য পায়, কার্বন ডাই অক্সাইড, এবং আমরা সেই মিশে যাব মাটিতে. সেখান থেকে আমাদের পচা গলা অথবা পুড়ে যাওয়া ছাই থেকে সে তার নিজের রসদ পাবে. So there is no concept of time pass. ভূমেন্দ্র একটু জল দিতে পারো আমাকে? না না, আপনি বসুন, আপনি বসুন, ক্লাস ছেড়ে উঠবেন না, আসন ছেড়ে উঠবেন না. এই আসন বড় সাংঘাতিক জিনিস. না যোগেন না সাংখ্যেন কর্মণানো না বিদ্যয়া ब्रह्मात्मैकत्वबोधेन मोक्षसिद्ध्यति नान्यथा. I will request to all of you who are listening in online, because of any constraints they can't come, but if you get up, go to the kitchen, go to the washroom, or doing some walking, small walking, or पायचारी जिसको हम लोग बोलते हैं, it's not good, because what we are doing, this is sadhana, and their asana siddhi is verily required. Asana siddhi, not shuddhi. You have to sit in a place. If you can't, you have to try. Yes, at someone's home, some diseased person is there. That fellow needs attention or care. You can go. This is allowed because you have no other way. But otherwise, try to sit. because that is why I tell you to open up the video. People switch off the video, they think I will go into the kitchen, I will have some tea, and Swamiji can't understand, Swamiji can't see. Pura Dharma Jivan, it's not the life of exhibition, it's the life of self-realization. আমি হয়তো দেখতে পাচ্ছি না, কিন্তু তিনি দেখছেন। That's the thing. I can't see, but he's always observing me. That bodh, that vishwas. I told you one story that Guru told his 6 students that I will teach you. If I will teach only them who can eat this banana without anyone's knowledge. So the students went far, far away, entered into the very dark cave and other place where nobody can see them. So 5 students came back, except one. After a few days, that student came with the rotten banana. And Gurudev was really horrified to see. It was his test actually. What happened? Now, I could not find any place where he is not looking at me. That is the bodha. Someone else is always observing me. We can't give any phaki to him. I have to tell a lot more things about this sloka. Na yogena na sankhya. I will just tell the anvaya and then I will explain it in the next class. Yogena means Ashtanga yoga. Through Ashtanga yoga, not possible. Na sankhena means logical analysis. Na karmana means not by the fire rituals. Na vidyaya. Here, vidya means para vidya, apara vidya. Means shastra adhyayan. Moksha na siddhyati. Moksha is not possible. Anyatha na siddhati means in anyatha means that I will explain tomorrow means in the next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.